This is one of our favourites. We have done it many times in all seasons, and each time it is different. This one finished before it should have, but nevertheless it was very satisfying and enjoyable, and it can be easily extended to whatever length is needed. Enjoy. From the car park we take the pathway up to and to the right of Houndtor, past the medieval settlement and over to the Becky Brook Valley. Then it's across the Becky Brook itself and on to Lyon. From there we make our way through woods, fields and lanes to Southcott, before continuing to Haynes Cross. We then turn and ascend to Hayne Down. We're heading towards Jay's grave, but at this point we decided to cut the walk short due to the bad weather and made our way back to Houndtor car park. A combination of a low autumn sun coupled with quickly changing weather conditions is going to make filming today very challenging, and it's already raining. But it stops as quickly as it started, and we're in bright sunshine again. Dark clouds coming. Houndtor. You can't visit this tour without being reminded of various myths and legends, from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Hound of the Baskervilles novel.
Did you want to go up through the middle of it?
To Bowman's Nose and the legend of Bowman the Hunter and the Houndtor rocks, which are supposed to be the effigies of his hounds. All good stories, but I don't really believe they're all true. But sometimes, on a foggy day, when it's getting dusk, it can make your mind wander.
Hound of the Baskervilles and all that.
This particular tour, together with Great Staple Tour, are probably the two tours on Dartmoor that contain the most fascinating display of fantastic granite shapes, particularly when silhouetted against a stormy sky like today.
Very dramatic. Look at all the horses here.
Just a few years ago, there were only small numbers of white ponies on the moor, but nature has done its job, and now, as you can see, there are many more. It's quite windy today. They keep very still, probably conserving their energy, but a really fantastic sight. There have been many times in our walking careers, if I can call it that time restraints have made it difficult to choose a walk not too far from home and doesn't take forever to complete. This is a good walk to satisfy those needs. It's interesting, different, and will keep you extremely fit.
Look at Houndtor over there. He's really standing out.
In front of us is the dark silhouette of Greator rocks, which we'll look at shortly. It's hard to believe just how quickly the weather changes.
It's gone from being totally sunny to almost black as the ace of spades.
The remains of this abandoned, isolated hamlet was excavated in the 1960s. It showed that this short-lived village was occupied by farmers in the 13th and 14th centuries. It has 3 or 4 main clusters of buildings, each with a longhouse, small barn and yard. Just a stone's throw, or perhaps a little further, from the medieval settlement is Houndtor Rocks. At 371 metres above sea level, this is another dramatic group of rocks which is a common climbing area. If you look closely, you can see the settlement in the background. The clear visibility also gives us good views of Autumnal and Hound Down. Getting back to our rather showery cold day, we're about to leave this valley. I call this the entrance to the Brook Valley. This is my name and you won't see it on the map, but it's a fitting name.
Going down into what I term the Brook Valley. Whether there is an official name for that, I'll check up on it.
It's like walking into the secret garden. In spring it's full of bluebells. Today it's the autumn colours of bracken and leaves that are predominant.
Johnny coming?
Yeah.
This is a steepish descent, and in places the terrain is really poor, so you have to watch your footing all the time.
The wet or the rain has made this path quite slippery in places. Not good at all. But there you go. All part of walking, isn't it?
We've already passed one set of mountain bike riders today, and as we get to the bottom of the valley, there are three more. If I was younger, I think I would join them, although these bikes do make the walking surface a little more unsafe.
Morning, everybody.
Turn up to the shop, you don't carry on.
Morning.
Round the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you come up and then...
Do you want to have a drink here? The Brook. I've done this walk countless times. Beautiful.
The Brook is probably one of the better known Dartmoor streams. The name Becker was first recorded in 1797 as the slightly twee little River Becky, and might be associated with Becky Ford Farm or Bridge, probably best known for the Becky Falls, which is privately owned. The brook isn't very long, at around 6 miles. Initially, the terrain deteriorates even more. The pathway is now full of boulders, exposed by countless walkers and the elements. It can be difficult to walk on and is ankle-twisting territory. There's quite a hollow here. Whether it's natural or man-made, I'm unsure.
Yeah, I think so. Especially me at the moment. A little bit flatter now.
If I speed things up again, we can just see how much the pathway changes direction. Whatever the condition of the pathway, it's still a lovely area, even though it's quite testing to walk on.
Coming out into the sunlight. Looks like the dark clouds have gone just for the time being, at least anyway. You gonna take it off? Okay. Leslie, we're removing coats. Yeah, there's a rock here, John. Just
Taking the pathway to the right will give you a fairly steep climb up to Smallacombe Rocks, but that route is for another day. Looking back on the skyline, we can see a differing view of Houndtor Rocks.
with the sun on it, looks quite nice. Doesn't matter which one, it both leads to the same one. Look. Now go left. These two small ones here, look.
Hikers and bikers are not the only people enjoying the moor.
Good morning, love, thank you. There's two more coming.
The autumn colours here of the bracken and leaves are quite overpowering, but this only lasts for a few weeks before winter arrives.
You can get back down to the river that way, but it's a bit torturous.
No, it's me thinking I've been ever so clever.
Yeah.
Bleeding.
No, well, we can't call you that, Leslie. I'm making for the village of Lyon, which is about a quarter of a mile or so.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
You broke my neck then.
It's okay, Bill. I think the girls are oblivious to anything going on behind them.
I haven't got a clue what we're having. I don't even know whether we're going yet, Joan.
Yeah, but the nurses didn't put it back. Because when they've gone through, they can't put it back, can they?
Oh, that's an excuse, Leslie. Wow. Super duper view. And Houndtor rocks over there. Both of them.
Our surroundings are forever changing, from open mud pathways to rock-strewn surfaces closed in by walls and trees.
Yeah, the leaves unfortunately have covered all the stones up, so we're tripping all over the place here.
With a number of gates to go through.
So that dead, that nearly dead stem of the tree, you know, that's in the pot. Oh, yeah.
Each gateway and gap in the hedge gives an ever-changing view of well-known landmarks.
Going down towards Lyon now. I don't know whether this is part of Lyon or just the in-between bit, so to speak, but we come past this house loads and loads of times, and it was a holiday home. I don't know whether it still is. There's a car here now, so maybe it isn't. Nice acer in the garden, look. There's another one in the back garden. These trees must be hundreds of years old. And then there's the farm here.
Yeah.
With the dark background, it really shows it up, doesn't it? You can always see Houndtor from here as well. I reckon we might be putting coats on again in a minute, girls.
Yeah.
From what?
It's blue there.
Yeah, I know it is, but not behind it isn't.
We're not going beyond.
Hanging down over there, look. There's the farm name there, Lyon House Farm. Wow. Look at the colour of the trees here. Beeches, I think. Isn't that pretty? My goodness me. Sometimes it takes my breath away. So much beauty in nature, isn't there? Yeah, I was just commenting on it on film.
Yeah, but what they want you to do now, you know.
And yes, we still have the Becker Brook with us, although we can't see that much.
I don't know whether we can see over here. But it is beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful. Leon Cottage. Through the trees there.
The autumnal colours are really striking. Having to put up with a few rain showers seems nothing compared to this scenic wonder around us.
Right, you're going past where we were going to sit down, girls. At the bridge. We'll have to go into the field and sit on the rocks, Joan. Nice new signposts again, eh? And they give a lot of information on there. Brilliant.
But not any distances. A great pity. I've been past this house many times, and rarely do you see it occupied. A holiday home could be an answer. If it's wet, it's slippery. There's no point in taking chances.
Yeah, okay, I am. Coming up to another style.
Another wet.
Wet, slippery style again. Is it? It is raining, girls, I think.
It's raining. Hope time when I get the other side.
There are many streams here, no doubt running into the Becker Brook.
Yet another stream. Children in the wood. We had a cup of coffee. So hopefully the shower has gone over now and we can move on a little bit. Don't know how far though. Oh yeah, planted new trees, see. That's good. Quite a few of them too.
From woodland into fields, and even this area has been altered over the years.
Still loads of trees. That's really good.
This large single field has been divided by a man-made bank and hedge, and many trees have now been planted.
You can see them all scattered around there. Yeah, yeah, we did used to sit in there, didn't we? Bit of sunshine again, but we keep being rained off. Whether we'll continue past Hound Down and over to Jay's Graves is another matter. But we'll see what the weather's like when we get there.
Yet another small hamlet. It really only consists of a farm and a couple of houses at most.
Lakeside. Oh, sorry, Lane's side, not Lakeside. What am I talking about? Got his silage from the winter, all covered in. I said he got his silage for the winter all covered in. Morning.
We're now heading for Hayne Cross, before turning and ascending to Hayne Down. The thatched cottage on our left, I think, is part of the farm buildings. The autumnal look and feel is everywhere, and as at Leon, most trees are now changing to their autumn colours.
Yeah, we're very close to Madison.
That's what she just said there.
Oh, right, sorry. I get everything on a delayed action scenario, you know.
time.
Yeah, doesn't look bad.
So look here. Yes, they've knocked that bungalow down completely, that old bungalow.
Sandy Meadow is a new build as far as the old bungalow is concerned, because it's been knocked down and replaced. From new back to old, Manhattan Church is in the distance.
Manhattan Church over there.
Hayne appears to be a separate place in its own right. It's not part of Southcote, or indeed anywhere else, which is something I didn't realise.
A steep climb up to Houndtor now. Looks like a tree is down in front of us as well. It's not so much the length, but the type of terrain underneath your feet, John, isn't it? Going back out onto the moor now in a second.
The climb up to Houndtor after leaving the woods isn't that great. It's full of deep ruts and boulders caused by water, mountain bike riders and hikers of course, but at least we're out of the wind for the moment.
I mean, the summer was lovely. You didn't have to worry because it was so dry.
Yeah, not at the moment though.
Yeah, it's horrible now.
Yeah, not so good. This path is getting worse and worse and worse with the climbing, etc. It's been hollowed out and done by the rain and walkers and so on. Houndtor over there, look.
Go on, I'm holding you up. Go
You're
on.
not holding it up, look.
Sometimes when the going gets hard, you wish it was possible to speed things up a little. That's definitely something you can do in post-editing, but not in real life. I wish.
We're not going to get away with it, love. To the left, love. What a view.
Houndtor, or Great Houndtor as it was known in the past, covers a fairly large area, and we are currently looking from the northern section out towards Manhattan Church in the northeast to Bowman's Nose in the northwest. Houndtor consists of clusters or groups of rocks with no real pinnacle except for Bowman's Nose, which we're hoping to visit before the bad weather stopped us. Revisiting Houndtor now gives us a good opportunity to look at another myth or legend of Dartmoor, Bowman the Hunter. The legend tells of a giant hunter called Bowman, who disrespected a coven of witches. Bowman disrupted their ceremony by overturning their cauldron. In retaliation, the witches lured him and his hounds into a mire by one of them changing into a hare. As a punishment, Bowman was turned into stone along with his hounds, with this rock formation representing his nose and the scattered rock formations of Houndtor representing his hounds.
Well, we just got caught in another hefty shower, so I think we're going to call it a day. We'll go up to Jay's grave and then make our way back to the car, I think. It's not very pleasant when it gets like this. In between the showers it's lovely, but just a bit too
The
much.
official route from Houndtor to Jay's grave is through the fields on our left, indicated by a green dashed line on the map. but the majority of walkers seem to choose this route as it seems less complicated.
You can see Houndtor over there, and on the top of it to the left is Houndtor, and over to the right is Rippentor, and Saddletor in the middle. Wow.
I'm sure that most people in the Rambling Club knows the Jay's grave story inside out and backwards. To those who don't, it is a story of Kitty Jay. It starts in the late 1700s. She was a person who had a relationship with a man higher than her class. After becoming pregnant, he abandoned her, and she was left with no support from him or society. In desperation, she hanged herself. Because suicides and illegitimate pregnancies
We're over the top of the hill now and going down towards Jay's grave.
were considered shameful in those days, she was buried at a crossroads, a practice meant to confuse her spirit and stop her wandering. At this point, I initially inserted one of the many poems written about Kitty Jay, but it didn't create the right atmosphere. It's probably best to say what is happening now, and in all the years I've visited her grave, I can't remember a single instance where there was not either money or flowers or both on her grave. Who puts the flowers and the money, I've no idea, but it's nice to see and leaves a lump in your throat. Today is no exception. Only one flower this time, but quite a lot of money. But a couple of days later, a bunch of tulips mysteriously appeared.
Well, I think it's nice that they keep it there like that, but...
Yeah, but somebody takes the flowers, don't they?
Do they?
Put it towards the next one. Who's going to want to put the
Joni likes to be tidy and is making sure the money doesn't fall off the stone. Continuing the walk would have taken us to Natsworthy Manor and on to Bone Hill Rocks before crossing Bone Hill Down and then returning to Houndtor car park. We've cut the walk short by approximately 2.5 miles. Our total travel distance today has been around 5.5 miles or so. It's been a wet one on occasions, but that is walking, and we do hope you enjoyed it. You don't always need to go miles and miles to have a good walk. Yes, it's nice to do that occasionally, but it's also nice to do things on the spur of the moment.
Well done.
And like today, it doesn't always go as planned. And now, my last snippet of information. This house, once upon a time, was known as the Houndtor Inn, and it is thought to have been a small cider house for passing wool traders in the 18th or 19th centuries.